One of the biggest debates today is whether Americans are really mooned. Americans really have landed on the moon. The Apollo missions by NASA successfully brought astronauts to the lunar surface. The most famous mission is Apollo 11, which brought the first humans, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, to walk on the moon on July 20, 1969. There is overwhelming evidence in the form of photographs, videos, scientific data, testimonies, and lunar rock samples that confirm the moon landing. Several Apollo missions followed the historic one, contributing to a greater understanding of the moon and the solar system. Conspiracy theories questioning the moon landing have been widely debunked by the scientific community and experts. Here are some pieces of evidence that support the reality of the moon landing: photographs and videos. The Apollo missions captured thousands of photographs and hours of video footage on the moon. These images show astronauts, lunar modules, and the lunar surface in detail. These images have been widely published and can be accessed by the public. Moon rock samples. The Apollo astronauts collected rock and soil samples from the moon's surface. These samples have been studied by scientists from around the world and have distinct characteristics that differentiate them from Earth rocks. Laser reflectors. As mentioned earlier, retro-reflectors were left on the moon's surface during Apollo missions. These retro-reflectors are still used today for precise distance measurements between the Earth and the moon using lasers. Scientific data and publications. The scientific data collected from the moon, such as seismic measurements and observations of the lunar environment, have been published in numerous scientific journals and papers. Telemetry and communication. The telemetry data exchanged between the spacecraft and mission control during the Apollo missions was tracked by multiple ground stations around the world. Independent tracking stations and astronomers also observed the spacecraft during their journey to and from the moon. Astronaut testimonies. The astronauts who participated in the Apollo missions have consistently confirmed their experiences and observations. They have provided detailed accounts of their activities on the moon, which match the mission records. Radar and telescopic observations. Even after the Apollo missions, radar observations from Earth and telescopes in space have confirmed the presence of the lunar modules and other equipment left on the moon's surface. Follow-up missions. Subsequent missions, such as lunar orbiters and rovers sent by other countries, like China's Chang'e missions, have independently observed the Apollo landing sites and confirmed the presence of the artifacts left behind. These multiple lines of evidence, including scientific data, personal testimonies, direct observations, and ongoing verification from independent sources, collectively support the fact that humans have indeed landed on the moon.